Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't want people to forget the people who continue to enable you-know-who. In a tweet asking, is anyone archiving the you-know-who sycophants when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future? Do you foresee a decent probability of many deleted writings and tweets and photos in the future? Is she trying to make sure they are held accountable, or is she sort of advocating cancel culture? I'll start with you, Sarah. What's your thoughts?
I'm not sure what she's trying to do here, but she's got to remember that over 70 million people voted for this outgoing administration and the Republican Party. So these people will work again. And honestly, the sleaziest in this culture can still sell a book or a movie. Like, it's going to happen. People that hire them will do their appropriate checks and balances. But this is a bit about archiving or making a list. Kind of reminds you of the Red Scare and McCarthyism. So I think it's a slippery slope to endorse this type of action. And I think she needs to do what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said in their victory speeches. It's time to cooperate and come together right now. She represents people that need help. We're in the throes of a pandemic, and healthcare is being considered in a conservative-leaning Supreme Court right now. We've got stimulus checks that haven't come out. We've got, we could work on our minimum wage increases. There's a thousand things that could help her people. So I think focusing on positive change and just leaving trolling to Twitter, because they do a great job at it.
Right. And Sonny, what do you think? Is this the right direction to be thinking right now? Or is she sort of late in saying, hey, is anybody watching this?
You know, I think that Trump tear-gassed peaceful protesters for a photo op. I think that Trump ripped children from their parents. I think that Trump called NFL players sons of bitches. I think that for exercising their First Amendment rights. And I think those people in his administration that not only drafted some of those policies, but were complicit in those policies shouldn't be forgotten. People like Kirstjen Nielsen, people like Stephen Miller, people like Kellyanne Conway, people like Vice President Pence, who was woefully inadequate at his role of being the head of the coronavirus task force, and people like Ben Carson and Betsy DeVos. I don't think that those people should be able to profit from their experience within the Trump administration, and I don't think that they should be forgotten. And I don't think that we should look the other way. I think we need to remember, because if you don't remember things, then past becomes prologue. And I do think that people need to be held accountable for their actions. And I don't think it is reminiscent of McCarthyism at all.
Okay, Joe, what's your opinion? Go ahead.
Well, we will remember. We will remember. The newspapers, Facebook, Twitter, everybody's going to remember who these people are. But let's not, everybody is not in the same basket, in my opinion. On the one hand, you have people like Flynn, Manafort, Stone, and Trump who actually have committed crimes, and they need to go to jail, period. Then you have people who have been cruel, like Miller and Sessions, by separating those children. And now we don't even the lawyers can't find their parents who are trying to do it now. So I think you have to be specific about who you're going to target as collaborators. As far as Kellyanne Conway and those people, they're just mediocrities who will try to scrape around another job and they'll pop up somewhere. But people like the Mooch, let's say, take the Mooch, or Michael Cohen. These are people who have turned a corner. Big time. It's like John Dean from the Nixon administration, who now works at MSNBC. So I mean, I'm in touch with Scaramucci, and here and there Michael Cohen. These are guys who really mean it at this point. So I don't think they belong on the list. And you're right, Sarah. You don't want to play their game. Every enemy's list has been coming from the right. We don't need to do it also.